Andrew Tate just made a dramatic scene outside a Romanian courthouse this weekend, defiantly proclaiming that the truth about his case will come out soon. Tate and his brother Tristan are currently under house arrest while facing serious charges of human trafficking and rape. In this video, we'll break down everything that just unfolded in Tate's appeal and that specifies what he's currently facing from prosecutors, his arguments for innocence, and what could happen next in this high-profile legal battle. There's been some huge new developments, so buckle up for an in-depth look. If you are new to this channel and have no idea who this bold, beautiful guy is, let me clue you in. He is Andrew Tate, a 36-year-old controversial internet personality and former professional kickboxer. He was born in the US but grew up in the UK. Tate first gained some fame when he appeared on the reality show Big Brother in 2016. But he was kicking off the show after a video surfaced of him hitting a woman with a belt. After that, Tate moved to Romania and built a massively successful webcam business, reportedly making millions. He began building his personal brand on social media by sharing luxurious lifestyle videos and promoting toxic hustler mindsets to young men. His accounts grew hugely popular, but Tate constantly stirred up controversy with aggressive misogynistic views. He was eventually banned from all major platforms, but his followers kept sharing his videos far and wide. By 2022, Tate had become one of the most searched people on Google, amassing devout followers drawn to his hyper-masculine image and hustler mentality. Now, let's talk about how Andrew Tate ended up on house arrest. Romanian authorities arrested Andrew Tate and his brother, Tristan, in late December 2022 after raiding one of Tate's luxury properties in Bucharest. Prosecutors allege the Tate brothers used their webcam studio business as a front to lure women into becoming sexually exploited. Several distressed women were found during the raid, along with evidence of an organized crime operation, including weapons and drugs. The Tate brothers were initially detained for 24 hours, then extended to 30 days as prosecutors interrogated them and built their case. During their recent podcast, the Tate brothers discussed what being in prison was like for them. It was an enlightening experience as they were able to reflect upon many things in life. Andrew Tate used jail time for self-discovery and started following Islam during that period. He would spend most of his time training or reading the Holy Quran in his cell. There were times when he would feel frustrated about the situation, but he had his brother Tristan by his side all the time to cheer him up. Tate also wasn't allowed to shave in his cell, which is why when he came out he had this long bushy beard. Anyways, in late January, after the 30 days expired, a judge ordered Andrew and Tristan to be held under 24/7 house arrest for at least 30 more days in one of Tate's mansions as the investigation continues. Clearly not happy with remaining under house arrest, Andrew Tate decided to appeal the decision. This led to the week's court hearing on January 31st, where Tate arrived in handcuffs at the Bucharest Court of Appeal to make his case for being released. The appeal hearing lasted about 2 hours and contained some dramatic moments. Tate's lawyers argued forcefully that the continued house arrest is unjustified given the lack of concrete evidence against him so far. When allowed to speak, Tate insisted to the judges that he and his brother have cooperated fully with authorities and never intended to leave Romania to avoid prosecution. In an impassioned statement, Tate claimed, "The case against me is completely false. The truth will be known very soon." He maintained his innocence regarding all the allegations from the prosecution. A ruling on Tate's appeal is expected within days, but legal experts say the chance of him being released from house arrest before trial are very low given the serious nature of the charges. So let's take a closer look at what exactly prosecutors are alleging against the Tate brothers that led to their dramatic arrests. According to the case documents, prosecutors believe Andrew and Tristan Tate established an organized crime group in Romania in early 2021 along with 2 Romanian accomplices. Their group allegedly used Tate's webcam studios to recruit women through deception and false promises. Investigators claim the women were forced into performing pornographic acts on webcams against their will under constant threat and surveillance. Prosecutors reviewed over 48 hard disks and devices from the compound and say they found evidence of the Tates keeping the women under close monitoring using cameras and using physical violence and intimidation to control them. The victims were allegedly too scared to leave the compound most of the time. The most serious charges relate to rape allegations. Andrew Tate is charged with raping 2 different victims on separate occasions on March and April of 2022. His brother Tristan is charged with raping one of the same victims in April. If convicted on all the human trafficking, rape, and organized crime charges, the Tates face a maximum of 25 years behind bars. But with the investigation still unfolding, prosecutors have hinted more charges could be coming. In response to the allegations, Andrew Tate insists it's all fabricated. On his appeal, Tate claimed he was simply running legitimate webcam businesses in Romania and that all the women were consenting adult workers, not trafficked victims. In a video statement released after his arrest, Tate did apologize for his online persona, but maintained his total innocence regarding the charges. He insisted he never hurt or coerced any women. Tate claims the prosecution is a politically motivated attack to silence him for his controversial views. He says he plans to vigorously fight the case in court with his expensive legal team. Tate asserts that once his lawyers present evidence and question prosecutors' methods, the truth will come out and he'll be fully vindicated at trial. For now, he continues to publicly declare his innocence. In this video, where Andrew clearly states that truth will be known very soon, he argues with the media that he is innocent and he wants the alleged victims to actively participate in the case, as he believes that he has nothing to do with any of the victims and all charges against him are bogus. However, Romanian legal experts seem highly doubtful of Tate's version of events. They say prosecutors likely have very solid evidence if a judge approved the dramatic arrests and house arrests of the Tate brothers. The appeals court judges reviewing Tate's latest appeal will weigh factors like flight risk and destruction of evidence. But given the organized crime component, experts say releasing Tate before trial is unlikely, especially with the rape allegations. Prosecutors could also present more incriminating evidence soon that bolsters the trafficking and assault charges. The consensus among lawyers seems to be that denying Tate's appeal is the prudent move, and that he'll remain under house arrest for many months until his actual crime trial begins, given the complex investigations. So, what's next for Andrew Tate in this legal saga? Now, Andrew Tate continues biding his time under house arrest from his mansion turned prison in Bucharest. How his appeal unfolds will determine just how long this saga could drag out. Currently, he is super active on social media with his regular podcasts, tweets, and his Hustler University project. Andrew is spending time under house arrest as productively as possible, and he hopes that the outcome of this case turns out in his favor. Tate is already plotting his big comeback, promising major things when he is exonerated, but Romanian authorities seem intent on making an example out of Tate with the full force of the law. If overwhelming evidence does mount against Tate, he could possibly try to cut a deal for a lesser sentence by expressing some remorse and cooperation. But Tate may also roll the dice and fight the charges all the way through, a lengthy trial. One thing's for sure, Andrew Tate isn't going quietly and will continue grabbing headlines. This case is far from over. Tate is down but not out yet. We'll be monitoring the situation closely and providing updates, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos on the controversial legal battle of Andrew Tate. Let us know your thoughts on this developing story in the comments below.